Under the leadership of Mayor Tecklenburg and my husband Luther Reynolds and the Charleston Police Department men and women, we live in an incredibly safe city.
Neighborhood policing, cutting-edge forensics, the best paid and trained police force, and some of the lowest crime rates in the entire state.
If my husband was here today, here's what he'd tell you. You're not going to find a better man to run this city, to accomplish what he's accomplished, and to continue with the projects he's been doing than Mayor John Tecklenburg.
It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, it's showtime. What's happening, everybody? As you can hear, my voice is really like 90%, I'd say 90, as I sip on some water here. So much for that top. This is about 90, close to 95%. So the Geno Jones Show, I come to you live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Now, of course, Thursday is Thanksgiving, so there will be no live Geno Jones Show. It'll be the best of. Now, I got a feeling, even though Friday is Black Friday, okay, look, damn near every day seems like it's Black Friday to my bank account. I feel like I'm the Bank of Black America. You heard of Bank of America? Well, see, the Bank of Black America, that's a whole different conversation. So I'll let you know Wednesday because I really want to do a show on Friday, just kind of following up Thanksgiving to kind of give thanks to people who supported the show. This is my 30-year anniversary of doing the Geno Jones Show live 5 nights a week. So I know I've thanked some people. We celebrated the entire month of October, but I want to do something special. So I'll let you know about that on Wednesday evening. All right. Subscribe. Subscribe, share, screen grab, like, and binge watch all my back episodes. So I've got 3 guests. As a matter of fact, they run some wonderful nonprofit organizations. As a matter of fact, speaking of Thanksgiving, they really do something huge to give back to the community on Thanksgiving. And then in December, it's going to be this huge, like, black tie event, red carpet, the whole deal, and an awards deal. So I'm going to tell you all about that. So first of all right, let me just tell you, because everybody's been talking about it. It's not the most important thing. It really didn't determine your freedom or your oppression, but folks talking about it in the hair salon, in the barber shop, everywhere. The whole deal with, so last Thursday, this R&B singer, Cassie, who's Cassie? She came out with a record in 2006 on Bad Boy Records. Now, who's the CEO of Bad Boy? One Sean, music mogul Sean Diddy, Puff Daddy, Brother Love. I don't know what name he's going by. Like maybe he's going by Settled, like I settled this lawsuit or suit. Anyway, so Cassie filed this civil lawsuit. I think it was like $30 million in the lawsuit that she filed, her attorneys filed last Thursday. She accused Diddy of like getting her on drugs, forcing her to have sex with male prostitutes while he would watch. She accused him of rape on occasion, raping her on occasions after they kind of broke up, and controlling all the aspects of her life and her career. She said she was trafficked and viciously beaten on many occasions. So that was like an earthquake. Folks is like, well, a lot of folks had a lot of things to say. And then 24 hours later, we got wind that the lawsuit was settled. Just like that. So Cassie just said she wanted to thank her family and friends that supported her. Puffy's attorney said him settling this lawsuit in no way is an indication that it doesn't reflect whether he's innocent. So for the record, Puffy denied all of this. What do you think he was going to do? His attorney said Just because we settled the lawsuit, we are not admitting any guilt. My client didn't do any of this. So just for the record, so y'all can finish the conversation now, because people are wondering, how old was Cassie and how old was Diddy when they first met? They met in 2005, and she released her record in 2006. She was 19, and Diddy was 37. I can say a whole lot. Just go back and watch last Thursday's show when all the news broke. Now, y'all know I'm a girl dad, so you know how crazy I am. So that would have been the first red flag for me. I don't give a damn how much money you got. My daughter's 19 and you 37. I need to holler at you. We're going to have a real talk. And I don't give a damn about your bodyguards or whoever else you think you can hire. Jesus would have a hard time protecting your ass from me. I'm just saying, but that's just me. So I'll digress and I'll say less. I wanted to give you that information. Speaking of my young people, so I'm just going to give you a short version of this monologue because I talked about it, but I'm going to continue to talk about it because we have an election. And so I see Sunday they had some polls that came out that said that young people in America between the age of like 18 and 29 or 18 to 34, basically millennials and specifically Gen Zers, 70% disapprove of the way Joe Biden is handling the situation between Hamas and Israel. And I get it. I absolutely get it. Anytime you see any innocent women and children, any innocent people that are killed, it's horrible, and I get it. And I know a lot of you all say, well, wait a minute. What happened, what Hamas did was horrible. They were terrorists, and they just went and killed those innocent Israelis just trying to enjoy themselves at a concert, just in their homes minding their business, 1,200 of them. But we've seen so much video. This video is not lying. All over. American media, BBC, you name it. Al Jazeera, of hospitals being bombed and innocent women and children by the thousands. All right, last count somewhere around 10,000. And some people try to question the numbers. Look, the UN is saying basically those numbers are pretty accurate. So here's the bottom line for my young people. Please understand something. That President Joe Biden is not the president of Israel. Their president, the leader, is a prime minister. You've heard me talk about him. He's the Israeli version of Donald Jackass Trump, orange jumpsuit Hitler. He is Bibi Benjamin Netanyahu, white nationalist. The only thing, he's not a Christian. You know, he practices Judaism, but he is the same white nationalist hatred. That is, they are linked at the hip. And he's been warned. President Biden has tried to pull his coat. My grandfather had that term, pull your coat. Hey, man, look, let me talk to you. Don't make the mistake we made in Afghanistan, okay? Be targeted, limit. What you don't want to do is kill a bunch of innocent civilians. You're going to have problems. So did Bibi Netanyahu listen? No, he didn't, because he wasn't going to listen, because he don't like Biden anyway. He wants his boy, orange jumpsuit Hitler, to get back in the White House. So what I need you to understand is, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to bring on my guests, just to make it simple. You not liking Biden, don't let your dislike for Joe Biden because he's not handling the situation, which he can't handle it. Now you can say, well, you know, we give Israel $3 billion in aid. Yes, but if Joe Biden wanted to shut that off tomorrow, he couldn't just snap his fingers. Because when it comes to money, the president don't control the purse strings. That's what they got Congress for. As a matter of fact, the House of Representatives, they control the money. The Senate, they elect judges and do legislation and laws. So even if he wanted to cut off the $3 billion in aid a year, he can't just say, okay, y'all ain't gonna get no more money. It don't work that way. But what you need to understand is, whatever you don't like about President Joe Biden, a vote for Joe Biden is voting for your freedom. And a vote not voting, voting for Dr. Cornel West, who I have the utmost respect, who's got a snowball's chance of hell of winning, or that crazy ass RFK Jr., who's nothing like his uncle or his daddy, Robert Kennedy Jr., nothing like his uncle or his daddy, this other dude, this billionaire that's in the House of Representatives, Joe Manchin, none of them got a snowball's chance in hell of winning. This is a binary choice. Binary, look it up too. Your freedom or your oppression. Because this whole MAGA movement, they got plans in print. You can download the PDF Project 2025. This man has told you on his first day in office, on Inauguration Day, anybody protests, don't like what happened, he will invoke the Insurrection Act. You know what that means? That means that he will dispatch the U.S. military, Marines, Army Rangers, Air Force, to put down any peaceful protests. And understand something. The U.S. military, they are not trained to police. If you got any family you got anybody in the Marines in your family, retired Marines, Army, Air Force, Navy, ask them, what are the U.S. military trained to do? What do they train Marines and Army Rangers and soldiers to do? They don't train them to police. They train them to kill. So please understand, my young brothers and sisters, it ain't a choice between whether you like or don't like Joe Biden, or you think that he's enabling a genocide. You ain't seen a genocide, because if you let this MAGA movement come in, woo, 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 you ain't seen nothing yet. So please listen to me, and don't take my word for it. Just do your homework. Just Google Project 2025. All right, enough of my rant. Let me bring on my guest. I'm really excited to be, I'm so excited I got a chance to meet this one brother and this couple, this beautiful couple I just had a chance to meet tonight. So Kendrick Al Bannister is, he's the head of the Crate Group and the Triple E program, and Keith and Yajaire, I got it, Keith and Yajaire Gaines of the Charleston Living Concierge. So they're going to tell you all about their organizations and what they do. So without any further delay, I bring on my beautiful guest. Yes, welcome to the show, Brother Kendrick Al Bannister and Keith and Yajaire Gaines. Yajaire, I got it right?
You sure did, Geno. Thank you.
Boom, boom.
That Yajaire paid off.
All right, Yajaire. Like Cardi, I can see Cardi B. Yajaire. Oh,
right,
sexy
right.
red. Yajaire.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Sexy red. Look, get off that. Talking about folks in the hood, they down with. Let me stop. Okay. All right, monologue is done. So Thanksgiving is coming up, and Brother Kendrick, I'm gonna let you kick it off, and you can segue to Keith and Yajaire. First of all, let everybody know. Give us a little quick, short background about the Crate Group. You move back there so we can see that. We won't see that logo there. There you go.
Damn.
What did Fat Joe say? Lean back, lean back, lean back.
Hey,
So tell
so
us about the
definitely, man.
Crate Group, man.
First of all, Geno, man, thank you for having us on the show here tonight. This is indeed an honor and a privilege. The Crate Group has been built 30 years now. We're going on 30 years. I did this my freshman year in college. My grandmother sat down with me, and she just made made it simple. She said, "For we know when you were born, or sure you're gonna die, what about your dash?" So for the last 30 years of my life, I've been doing my best to make sure my dash is worthwhile. And we built the craziest thing is I was mentoring before it was cool to mentor. Before it became that fad when everybody else was doing it. So we got some like Photoshops and all that stuff. But right now, if you're not social media inclined, you're like not doing anything. So we're revamping our whole concept and redoing everything. So we're rebranding everything right now to get on the social media thing. And the great thing about it, my eldest boy, my eldest son, he's 30, and he's my executive director.
What's
So
his name?
knows,
Shout him out.
hey, DeAndre Bannister. He's He's doing everything, man. The new website, all the technology stuff, things of that nature. So the Create Group has now became a family legacy. So we've been the family foundation.
Love it.
We're the Rockefellers. We're the Bannister Rockefellers right now.
There you
So
go.
we're
That
really,
part right there, you go.
we're really doing it, man. So it is awesome to see that the family dynamic of how we're working together. Because the greatest thing about it is they live this. So all the mentoring and all the things I've done in the community, they lived it. So it's in them. So now it's easy for them to regurgitate this thing and put it back out there. So our legacy, the Crate, will forever live on. Well, with that, I mean, we have sponsors, we have partners, and I was actually headed out to take my baby boy up to college, and brother Keith hit me up on a phone call, and man, we just connected. As I actually gave my black card, my credit card to my son because I was my conversation was so intriguing. I'm like, hey, just go do what you got to do, which is crazy. Hey, Keith, I'm still paying those bills, okay?
Right,
So,
that's right.
so we got together and he told me his vision, which I'm gonna let them tell it because all I am is the platform and brought people together to enhance their vision. And it's awesome what we're doing. So I'll let them tell from that part.
Yeah, thanks, Al. I mean, Al is one of the most modest, humble people I know, man.
Yeah, he is. He is.
He holds everything
Right.
deep inside, but he won't never let it come out unless he.
So y'all gotta brag on him because you're right. I'm listening. I'm saying he is such a humble dude, man. I love that about his spirit. But so y'all can go ahead and brag on him for him.
That's right.
Well, one of my employees, Tanya McCants, she's always that person who knows a lot of people out in the community. And since the COVID years, right, I've been kind of, everybody been hitting away, right? You couldn't get out. You couldn't really do anything out in the public. So during those COVID years, I said, man, I got to get out in the community and do some stuff. So I started asking my employees, I said, man, connect me with someone who has a good heart that's really about what I'm about. And she says, what about Al Bannister? I said, Al Bannister? I said, who is Al? And she says, man, she says, he's got your type of heart. So she connected the two of us. Man, I think we was on the phone about an hour and a half. I mean, first time we ever talked, right? And he's sharing his vision. I'm sharing my vision. I said, Al, I just want to work out in the community and give. I want to give it to as many people as I can. I said, we got 75 years, right? Which is about the norm. A person live about 75 years. I'm gonna live about 109, but most people gonna live about 75 years, right? So I said, man, you got 75 years from the time that you're born to really, really set your legacy. So I said, I need to move some things in the community. And I shared everything with him. He says, man, why don't we meet? So then we ended up meeting. And then I told him some things I was doing, like with partnering with one of the local elementary schools here out in the Somerville area where we live at, and how we started giving the kids, book bags and supplies. And the school is in a low poverty area, so we wanted to do more. And the principal said, hey, it'd be nice if we can feed the students and their families. A lot of these folks just don't have the means to really take care of their families like they want to. So I told Al, I said, man, last year I fed 250 people. And if I can get a collection of nonprofits together, I want to be able to feed, 1,700 people this year. So we took a bunch of donations and my wife, and we have a investment company where we do real estate. It's Charleston Realty. So we do that as well. And then my heart was to feed as many people as I possibly could. And through Al and some other, nonprofit organizations, we got all the food donated. We finally got the last little bit donated yesterday. So we got all the turkeys, all the hams, all the green beans, all the mac and cheese, all the desserts ready to go. I got a team of chefs cooking it all up for us. Then they're going to put it all together, and then we're going to load it up on a truck on Thursday morning, kick it off at about 6 in the morning. And then by 9 o'clock, we'll be set up. And from 9 to 12, man, we're going to feed about 1,700 people a hot meal right off of a buffet line. So we're looking forward to it. And Al's just been very instrumental in helping us make that happen.
So where is that going to be at? And is it just for people that live in the Somerville community, or if it's if there's anyone in need or find themselves without a meal on Thanksgiving, can they attend?
Absolutely. The way it started out last year, we just wanted to help the students, right, at the school. That's why we only fed 250. because once we fed the students, we had so much food left over. We said, hey, can we open it up to the community? The principal said yes. So this year I said, hey, if I take care of all your students, can I open it up to the community earlier? She says, you can open up to the community from the start. So we're going to feed anyone who don't have food to eat on Thanksgiving Day. So if you can get a car and show up there, and we have the food, we're going to go until we're out.
And where's it at? Let everybody know where it's at.
It's going to be at Austinville Elementary School. It's going to be on Thanksgiving Day. We're going to kick it off at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's going to close at 12 because we want to be able to get our volunteers home in time to be able to have Thanksgiving with their families. But we'll be setting up from 6 to probably about 9. And then 9 o'clock, we're going to open the doors. We're going to try to let the students come in with their parents. And then after that, anyone and anybody who really is looking for a connection to be able to say, hey, I'm in need, and we're going to give you a we're going to give you a hand up, right? We don't give anybody a hand down. We're going to give you a hand up. And in addition to that, the food item, Geno, we're going to allow you to get toiletries, socks, clothing, bedding, all these different appliances that we're going to be giving out, which are free, which are new, and it's going to be free. So in one line, you go and you get these free toiletries and clothing and bedding and stuff like that. And then when you finish that line, then you come through the line for the meal. And then we have volunteers handing out meals. And then we're putting volunteers out in the parking lot to work the line as the cars coming in. And then we got volunteers to help people from the location to their cars, because a lot of people may pick up a lot of stuff, and then with the meal, they may not be able to carry everything at one time. So we got volunteers scattered to help them out with that as well.
So what's the address?
I don't have the address right offhand, but I can get that for you. For Austinville Elementary, I'll have my wife look it up. So
I was going to say, behind or not behind, beside, sometimes in front, beside any man that's doing great things, greatness, there's a great woman in his life. So, Sister Yajaire, I know I'm sure that you contributed to the vision. Would you like to kind of give us your take and perspective?
Yeah, I definitely would. I love the connection that Al and Keith have made. It's not every day that you see successful, humble men come together, for the good of many. And I'm really excited about it because we named the whole theme of the event, Together We Are Helping Hands. And that's a theme that we hope to carry a legacy, and carry that down to the generations, because together we can do so much more. I love that these nonprofits all came together, and it's not about one person or one organization getting recognition. It's about meeting a need. There's a big need in our communities here. I did global missions for about 8 years over in West Africa. And when I learned about the need here in my own backyard, we just knew we had to do something. So it's exciting to see how all this has come together. And what I love the most too, like Keith said, this is a hand up. You're going to come in, you're going to get a prepared hot meal, prepared by some top chefs. The food is delicious. And they're warm meals. People are there because they are ready to love on you and greet you and just spend time with you, give you a hug if needed. And then also help you with some household items, toiletries, like Keith mentioned. It's to fill a need. And all these organizations are here for the same reason, to fill the same purpose. And we're just really excited about what's going to happen Thursday and what's to come after that, because I know it's going to be successful.
So Yajaire and Keith, before we move on, I'm sure you guys want to give some of the chefs, give them a shout out.
Yeah, we got to shout out Kevin, Chef Kevin. We got Chef John. Those are two.
Wait, is this my man Chef Kevin down at the Montague room?
No, it's not
it's
that.
A different Chef Kevin. Okay.
Yeah, no, not him. But he's just as good. He's just as good. Kevin Anderson. And if this guy, I'm telling you, Geno, man, you talking about Southern cooking. I mean, these folks gonna get some Southern cooking from Chef Kevin Anderson, and John Poulos, Poulos, John Poulos, Chef John. They're heading up the whole thing with a bunch of other cooks that they have. They're gonna be cooking overnight, right? On Wednesday night, they're gonna stay in the hotel overnight. They're gonna be working their butts off just to make sure the food nice and hot for Thanksgiving morning. And then I have the address for you too. It's 820 West 5th North Street in Summerville, South Carolina there. 820 West 5th North Street in Summerville. if you want to come out and like my wife said, be loved on, right? We're gonna give you love first, and then we're gonna sprinkle a little of that love on that meal for you. And in addition to that, you're gonna be able to leave with some toiletries that you just can't seem to hold on to when you living, by the means that a lot of us don't live by, right? It's tough, and we're gonna try to make sure that those folks leave at the end of the day feeling love versus feeling like someone gave them a handout.
Yeah.
Guys, Brother Kendrick, you started this thing off. You were talking about creating a legacy, which is something that we need to do collectively more, so much more in the community. And speaking of community, you guys coming together, that's all about community. And a lot of times, we forget, like, and in a lot of cases, we don't really know our history. We think that our history started like 1619 when our ancestors were dropped off those shores in Virginia. No, our history goes way, our history is the history of people that created vaccines and built pyramids and math and science. So, but one of the ways to make sure that we pass this information on, especially now you got movements that are trying to ban books and don't want the truth taught about history, Black history, which is American history, is we come together as community, as we mentor our younger, brothers and sisters, as we pay it forward and spread that knowledge and tell them, hey, listen, this information is on me. It's on the house. I'm not going to charge you. They say the game is to be sold, not to be told. But the truth is, the knowledge is to be told and to be passed on from generation and generation, from community to community. Because I always get an easy example. I said, look, if you punch somebody with your hands open, you'll break your fingers. But if you close your hand, that fist has a lot of power. So it's symbolic of when we come together as community, we can't, not only can we do anything, we have done everything, and our ancestors survived the transatlantic slave trade, slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, lynching, all of that. Our ancestors survived. So here we are now. We are the dreams of our great grandparents. They never saw the success that many of us had, but they dreamed it, and they believed that, well, you know what? I may not get it, but I know my great grandkids, and I'm going to do everything I can and to come together as community and pass this knowledge on. So my grandkids or great grandkids or great grandkids can really they can be what we dreamed of. So I just want to tip my hat, man. That's so huge, especially the times we're living in now, man. We got to really come together as community.
That's right.
Geno, I'm going to echo what you're saying. I was on the phone with my 2-year-old granddaughter, and she was so excited because she's coming to South Carolina. They're in Atlanta. And I said, well, what you can do? And she said, Pop, I'm going to help you give out food.
I love it.
So it's at that level. So anybody on Thursday, I'm going to have a 2-year on my shoulders and we giving out food together because she said, Pop, I'm coming to help you give out food. And we have to we have to embody that spirit into our generations to come. And a lot of people truly don't understand that we are a product of our environment.
Right.
So our goal should be, as parents or the overseers of our environment, is to protect our environment and guide our environment. Another thing that we're going to have out there is the Triple E program. I listened to you in your monologue and trying to knock this into everybody's head. We have so much money given to the state of South Carolina for bridging the gap for education, because that gap has widened so far. You wouldn't believe the amount of Title I schools, African descent of personnel from third grade to 8th grade that can't even read. And comprehensive, we're not even talking about that. But it's crazy because so much of the ESSER funds that was handed out, they're going to let that money just go to the wayside, because if they don't spend it by September of next year, it's gone.
Wow.
And I was blessed to get a phone call from the Columbia Urban League to hydrate the Low Country. So now I'm the regional director for Berkeley, Dorchester, and Charleston counties. And my job is to give out as much information and resources, tangible resources to the parents so we can advocate for our student body. So I'm gonna have a team of people on the outside signing people up. It's free. We're teaching you how to get your SAT and your ACT tests paid for. We're teaching you how to go to those study classes to get where you need to be at. We're teaching the parent how to be able to go in and articulate themselves among the principal and the guidance counselors. It's so often that we go in there, we just say, okay, yes, now little Johnny got suspended. Well, let's go in and stand up for little Johnny, because maybe because little Johnny had to, keep up that daughter that night or the siblings that night and wake up that morning to cook breakfast. Well, little Johnny got tired by the third period. He went to sleep.
Yeah, come on now.
That's our life. That may not be their life, but that's our life. So is that really little Johnny's fault? No. So that's what we're doing with the Triple E program. And I definitely want to give a shout out to the Columbia Urban League for thinking about us. They could have kept all this stuff up Columbia side. And, we got people from Orangeburg calling. Orangeburg is calling like, hey, can we come? Sure. This is for everybody within the sound of your broadcast. You're more than welcome to come eat. It's not a DD2 thing. It's not a DD4 thing. It's not a Berkeley County. It's not a Charleston County. It's everybody. I was at Jenkins Orphanage yesterday. We dedicated a room there to assist with that community over there, that Murray Hill community, just with internet services and someplace where they could be safe. It was just beautiful yesterday just to watch the kids go outside and play. No gunshots, no craziness. They were safe. Just that part. Watching kids be kids. So I want to thank the Gaines family for thinking of me. Let me be a part of their vision and letting this platform, take course, because it's a lot more things we're going to do in the near future.
I love it, man. Listen, I gotta stop myself because, man, you hit a tripwire. Just what you guys are doing in terms of coming together as community and talking about education. So I'm just gonna throw this out there to support what you guys are doing. I'm challenging all the churches. The churches. I'm challenging y'all. I'm challenging, and maybe we got educators that are retired or not retired. Because there was a time to where, like the black church, you didn't have to worry about schools that didn't want to teach the truth about American history, black history, because you could learn it in the church. So we need to go back to that now. Other cultures do that. People talk about in Israel. One thing the Jewish community does, they have like yeshivas, to where they teach they teach religion, but they teach the culture. And we've done this before, so it ain't like we got to reinvent the wheel. But when you think community, when you're not thinking about just yourself, and you're thinking about the greater good, how can whatever gifts and skills and talent and celebrity that I've been blessed with, how can I use that to make somebody else's life better? Because my mother always taught me, she said, Jeannie, when you allow yourself to be a vessel, to be a blessing to other people, your blessings will come raining down like rain from heaven. So I was rooted in that from the time I was a little kid. So we're gonna have to come back and have a whole show on that. But I just wanted to shout out what you guys are doing and encourage everybody to come out and support. And I'm supporting. So I'm putting the Geno Jones brand and everything with it right there with you guys. Now you got a big event coming, Brother Kendrick, in December. So we're gonna talk about it more after Thanksgiving. But let everybody know what you got going on, because we got to let you talk about that.
Awesome, man. Hey, once again, I appreciate you asking about it. With the sponsorship that I'm getting through the Gaines family, the Hilton Hotel branch, multiple partners that we're doing, a dream of mine. Dreams are just dreams until you write them down, and they're goals. So the Gaines family has helped me and assisted me to obtaining this goal of mine. I've always wanted to do a gala, a night of just success. So the actual name, the concept is the Low Country meets the Oscars. It's valet parking, red carpet. We're actually going to have one of the best radio personalities on our red carpet, announcing our red carpet. So Geno Jones will be there Making so we can see if we got Target or Walmart, whatever you got on Geno, we'll spot it out. So we're gonna have that going on. So, and the ultimate concept is we're giving out awards to the unsung heroes in the community, people that has been doing this here and doing their due diligence tirelessly for years, never looking for an award, never receiving awards. We've sought those people out and we're welcoming them and we're saying, thank you. We got that going on. We got a live band. The ZD experience is going to be there. Live DJ, a couple solid options, a full course meal. Oh my gosh, these chefs that we were talking about, these guys got a full course meal. Mercedes is actually donating golf carts to get people around while we moving around because we got the VIP valet parking and all that stuff. So like the community once again came out. And it's crazy because I'm getting phone calls from so many people. Hey, I need tickets. I need tickets. I literally had a lady last week send a text message to me. She said, look, it's my birthday weekend. It's homecoming. My money ain't right. Can you hold me 2 tickets to the end of the month? Love it. So I'm holding those 2 tickets for her to the end of the month. So this will be the place to be for the state of South Carolina for years to come.
Brother Kennedy, you're a good man. I love it. The holiday season is here, and just in time for Christmas, put them tickets on the layaway. See, I got you, girl. We didn't all. Look, I know my mother back in the day. Man, the layaway for Christmas. Oh man, we wouldn't have had Christmas without layaway. So.
No, you're right. You're right.
So
you're
I
right.
absolutely can relate, man. I'm so excited. So Yajaire and Keith, I'm so honored to meet you guys. I'm really excited to partnering up with you guys also. Why don't you get everybody all your information where they can follow you, learn more about you, support what you're doing with the Charleston Living Concierge and everything else that you got going on.
Yes, thank you, Geno. Thanks so much for having us. Thank you for sharing your platform with us so that we can get the word out for what we're doing and how we're giving back. But you can reach us for our real estate services through Charleston Living Concierge on Facebook, on Instagram. You can reach us directly via email at ygainsrealtor@gmail.com. And we're really, really honing in on affordable housing as well. That's a big need. So we'll be talking about that with you soon. We have lots of things in the works for that as well. So we're really, really excited for what's to come to our area.
Well, I'm just telling y'all now, look, y'all are regulars on the show. I'm working on the budget, so I don't have the salary, but I'm claiming I'm gonna have that. But because everything that you guys just talked about, Yajaire and Keith, Brother Kendrick could tell you. It's funny. So Keith, you said the first time you talked to Brother Al, y'all talked for about almost an hour. The same thing happened when the first time he and I talked. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I was like, I'm out. True story. I was sitting in my driveway and we were talking, and I looked at the clock. I said, okay, I got to go write my monologue for my TV show. So, but I tell people that we all have a spirit. Your spirit is really the energy that you emit. I mean, a lot of people connect, a religious connotation to it, but even with that, it's still, what is the energy? Your spirit is the energy that you emit. And some people, they have a spirit, man, when they walk in a room, it's like somebody opened the blinds and like a ray of sunshine comes in. And some people can walk in the room, it's like a solar eclipse. It gets dark and you get, anxiety and tension. It feel like you plug into an AC outlet like, this spirit, this energy ain't good. So obviously, with Brother Kendrick, it was nothing but positive vibes and energy. And the same thing with you guys, Yajaire and Keith. So listen, thank you. All right, Brother Kendrick, let everybody know where they can support your wonderful nonprofit, what you're doing with the Crate Group and the Triple E program, and let them know where they can get tickets for this incredible black tie event that you got coming up. December 17th, and you got to tell them where it's at, too.
December 17th, 5 o'clock is cocktail hour. I missed that part. We have a crazy cocktail hour that the food is just going to be phenomenal. December 17th at the Hilton Garden Inn in Somerville. That's 46 Sigma Drive, Somerville, South Carolina. That's the Low Country Conference Center. Before I give up my information, I want to give a shout out to Diversity Alliance, the Low Country Resource Food Bank. Lewis Smith, they've been wonderful for us. And let me tell you, the mayor-elect, Burgess, man, he's had my back since day one, so I got to give a shout out to him. Gene's Angels, that's who's going to be providing all of those lovely household items and all of that. Their creative juice design, the artists, South Carolina Mental Health Department. They 150 volunteers. You know what I'm saying? They're just jamming on this thing. Hey, Keith, help me out with a couple of those churches that's helping us out.
We got Bold Ministries and we got Step of Faith Ministries. They're bringing up the rear for us.
There we go. So this is actually a collective collaboration. There's no I in any of this. Right. But now for the I for me, that's www.thecreategroup.org. Come and support us. Come see us. See what we're doing in this community. This is new to me. I don't believe in the camera thing, but I'm here now. And I think I like
you a regular on the show now, so and you did good for a rookie. Your first time out, you did pretty damn good. So, listen, man, I'm so proud. Once again, let everybody know if you need a hot meal on Thanksgiving, if you are in the Somerville area, or even if you're not, if you need a meal and you got somebody that can bring you out there, let everybody know. Give them that location where you guys are going to be serving hot meals on Thanksgiving morning.
Thanksgiving morning, Austin Bailey Elementary School in Somerville. The address is 820 West 5th North Street. There is a middle school on that street as well, but we will be at the elementary school. Just follow the greeters. Follow the line.
All right. I love it. I love it. So Yajaire and Keith Gaines, it is a pleasure and honor. You guys are going to be regulars on the show because I see that we are on assignment. We understand the assignment. Right. We're on the same assignment. Absolutely.
The new word for this year is this is going to carry over until the next generation is becoming. Yeah. That's the new word right there, becoming.
It's right. It's right. And Kendrick, brother Al Bannister, my man, family. Listen, man, I am so and shout out to Miranda Nichols because she put us together. Right. That's my family, man, right there.
Right.
So spirits connect. Good spirits, positive spirits connect immediately. And the first time they meet, they wind up talking on the phone for 45 minutes to an hour. That's just like how God does that thing. So I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thank you for your time. You guys, like I said, you have a permanent home here, so you will be back because there's a lot of things that we need to address in the community. Like I said, we've got this 2024 election, freedom or oppression. My young brothers and sisters, and Brother Kendrick, you're mentoring. We got to get them to understand. It's like, listen, we don't even have to tell you who to vote for. Vote for whoever's going to make sure that they're going to free you and not oppress you. It's that simple. Right. It is that simple. Use your own critical thinking. Think for yourself. Do your homework. Do your research. Check out that 2025, Project 2025, and see the plans that people have for your oppression. Please understand that. And it's up to us, our older brothers and sisters, just like somebody passed that knowledge on to us that fought the battles. We here in the South that made all the sacrifices, back in the 50s and the 60s, so we could be doing the things that we're doing now. So we owe it to our ancestors to pay it forward to the next generation. So thank you guys. I will see you on Thanksgiving.
That's right. That's right. Thanks, Thanks, Al.
Appreciate you.
I love it. Just beautiful spirits, beautiful people. I want to thank them. Let me just click that real quick. I want to thank so my man Kendrick Al Bannister, the Crate Group, Triple E program, and Yajaire and Keith Gaines, Charleston Living Concierge. You can check them out. All right, I got to get out of here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Shout out to Mr. Markell Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out. And his new location here in the Charleston, South Carolina metro suburb city of Goose Creek. Is a suburb, basically. But check him out. Kel B Cutting Up on Instagram. KelBeCuttinup. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant, the drip director of the Geno Jones Show. You can check her out and her collection on Instagram. She is a fashion designer, fashion design major, fashion design future superstar, and a supermodel on top of it. LX.N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi, underscore is that dash. LX.NCL_. Next live edition of the Geno Jones Show is going to be Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 in Chicago, 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Until then, thanks for watching. Go binge watch whatever you missed and binge watch all my back episodes.
Under the leadership of Mayor Tecklenburg and my husband Luther Reynolds and the Charleston Police Department men and women, we live in an incredibly safe city.
Neighborhood policing, cutting-edge forensics, the best paid and trained police force, and some of the lowest crime rates in the entire state.
If my husband was here today, here's what he'd tell you. You're not going to find a better man to run this city, to accomplish what he's accomplished, and to continue with the projects he's been doing than Mayor John Tecklenburg.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.